What's going on, guys? It is Shay here. Welcome back to another video, and today everybody, welcome to another tier list. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I figured that I can go ahead and do this now. So, as for my last video, I am still healing emotionally from my Pennsylvania trip because I will say this, ever since I got back home Sunday night, I've been extremely moody, but today has been a little bit different. Maybe I had to go to work or something for that to really get myself back to the way I was originally somewhat, but I am getting better now because, man, that trip after coming back really pissed me off because I'm just thinking, man, why could I not stay? But we're not talking about that. That is long gone. That I'm gonna push that to the side, and we're gonna move on to this right here. So it is currently 11:10 at night. I don't know how long I have to record this, but I have to make this quick. So today we're going to be doing a tier list on the songs of Gorillaz' self-titled album. Now, I actually kind of wanted to rank these because I actually have a document, a full-on Google Doc of all Gorillaz songs of all albums ranked from these songs suck up to up until you know, like my favorites on the album. And you know what? That's a good idea. We're going to do that on this tier list. We're going to do that. And of course, featuring Fire Alarm in the background. Don't mind that motherfucker. See, there he already goes. So we're gonna go and jump straight into this. And yes, I would be doing way more of these very, very soon. As I guess it's a way, as a coping mechanism, I guess, from, you know, me trying to heal. I don't fucking know. I just need to stop talking about all I know. But all I know. But anyways, with that being said, let's begin. So the first song, we're going to be going in order. Damn, I really want it to be, like, you know, mixed up and all that. But the first song that we have here is Rehash, which is the first song of their album, of course. Well, of their self-titled album. It's not their first ever song for any non-Gorillaz fan out there. No, Rehash is not their first ever song. It's their first song of their first album. But Rehash is a very good song. It has a vibe of, you know, rolling down the road, you know, just going somewhere. Like, you don't know where you're going, but maybe you're just going to just chill somewhere, just riding down the road, just having a good time. And Rehash is a pretty good song. It's not one of my favorites, but it is definitely a very, very good song in my opinion. The next song that we have here is 5-4, one of my all-time favorite songs of their self-titled album. It's one of my favorites, so this is going in an automatic S. But 5-4, it gets me extremely fucking pumped. Like, also, I'm noticing that, you know, some of my fingernails aren't painted because I scraped some of the polish off, but anyway, I got sidetracked. But 5-4 gets me extremely fucking pumped, and when I mean very pumped. It gets me in the spirit. Like, I don't know, like the guitar in the very beginning, I can't play the song, it's gonna get me copyrighted, but like any Gorillaz fan knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like it's just the fucking guitar in the beginning is insane. Then that's why it marks as, like, you know, one of my favorites on the album. The next song that we have here is Tomorrow Comes the Day, which is their third song of their self-titled album. Now, Tomorrow Comes the Day is fairly somber in my opinion, but it's a very, very good song, but it's not one of my all-time favorites, but it will go here, and these are pretty good, or just B. So yeah, it'll go there. And also, is there a way I can move this? Let's see if I can delete row. Oh yes, I can. Oh, that makes it even better. All right. Anyways, but yeah, though that is you know, it's not one of my favorites. It's just like these are pretty good kind of thing. The next song that we have here is New Genius, which is the fourth song of their self-titled album. And yes, I know, oh yeah, you know, we all know what it's gonna be, but this is for people who doesn't know, because who knows? People who doesn't listen to Gorillaz, they may think that this is just a mix-up, you know, it's just mixed up and all that stuff. So they may not know, but this is indeed their fourth song of their self-titled album. And New Genius has really grown on me. The song has a loner vibe to it, and my mom and I listen to Gorillaz a lot around my mom a lot. When I do, and I play New Genius or anything like that, she says that the song is very depressing. And if you take a listen to the lyrics, they are pretty sad. Not sad, but they're pretty somber, pretty freaking, you know, not in the best of spirits. Not something you will want to be listening to when you're having a good time. But nonetheless, I absolutely love New Genius. And if I'm correct, that is here's my little document, by the way. you know, all my favorite songs. And New Genius isn't one of my favorites. I had to remember that. So that's gonna go right there. The next song that we have here is the almighty Clint Eastwood, one of Gorillaz' most popular songs, if not their second most popular song, like, ever. So Clint Eastwood is well known by many people, not even non-Gorillaz fans. It's well known by many people. But yeah, Clint Eastwood, what more can I say? It's not my favorite song because of like, it's just not my favorite. But yeah, it'll go into, these are pretty good section because, I mean, Clint Eastwood, it's a classic, don't get me wrong, but it's not one of my favorites, especially if you hear it all the time. Well, actually, that can go for a lot of songs I listen to, but, you know, Clint Eastwood is gonna go with these are pretty good. It has like that, I don't even know what kind of vibe it gives off. It's hard to explain. It's just, it just has a vibe on its own that I can't really explain. The next song that we have here is Man Research. Now, here's a little thing. I was actually doing a little bit of I was actually doing a little bit of listening to this song again because at first, Man Research was actually one of my least favorite songs on the album. But I started listening to it a little bit, and when I was out there in Pennsylvania, the song was really in my head. So I'm thinking, like, you know, maybe the song isn't really all that bad. And when I listened to it and started learning the lyrics, because that's actually what I was doing maybe an hour before I started this video. Oop, I moved my camera. But I started doing that, you know, learning the lyrics and listening to the song a lot before, you know, I made the video. And Man Research has really grown on me. So this is gonna move on from These Songs Suck up until These Are Pretty Good. It's not gonna go into one of my favorites, but Man Research has a psychedelic feeling, and I am a sucker for psychedelic songs, all thanks to Sonora. But Man Research, though, it has a nice vibe to it, you know, like not a nice vibe, it just has like that trippy vibe. You're just, you know, just getting high or something like that, and you're just, you know, going through a little trip. The next song that we have here is Punk, which is the 7th song of, I was about to say the 6th, I also forgot to mention, Man Research is the 6th song of this album, and Punk is the 7th. So Punk, this song, to me, is also one of my favorites of the album. At first, I did not like Punk. When I first got into Gorillaz, I did not like the song because I just didn't like it. But I'm way more into like punk rock and all that stuff. But it's just, the song, to me, you have to scream this song. Like, you have to scream or, you know, yell the lyrics like you're supposed to. Like how Damon Albarn did the song and all that stuff. You know, he screamed the lyrics. So, in my opinion, if you want to sing the song properly, you're going to have to yell the lyrics. And I have done it before, and it feels so good to do it. So Punk is definitely going up here in my favorites. The next song that we have here is Soundcheck, which is the 8th song of their self-titled album. Now Soundcheck has this also has sort of a loner vibe to it as well. But I don't know, it just, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, you know, it also has like, you know, just, you know, you're just walking somewhere, just, you know, kind of just minding your own business. It's kind of hard to really explain what the vibe is, but it's definitely up there with some of my favorites. But we're gonna put it right here, and these are pretty good. So the next song that we have here is Double Bass, which is the 9th song of their self-titled album. Double Bass is one of my all-time favorite Gorillaz songs ever. Now, I know people are gonna be like, bro, what? Like, why is Double Bass one of your favorites? Like, the song makes you contemplate. No, that's not how it does with me, but that's the vibe it gives off. It gives off like, you know, like, man, like, what if I don't do this? Like, you know, just like sitting there just contemplating. Well, the song is technically supposed to be, you know, like inside 2D's mind pretty much, on like what he thinks about certain music and all that stuff. It's pretty much like inside the mind of 2D. So in a way, it makes you contemplate a lot and all that stuff. And what is it? The song also has an eerie vibe to it, but nonetheless, it's one of my all-time favorites on this album. The next song that we have here is Rock the House, which is the 10th song of their self-titled album. This is a pretty good song. Not pretty good, it's a very good song, because it's, if not the only happy, quote-unquote, song that's up here, maybe except for Rehash, but this is like, it doesn't have like any deep meanings or anything like that. It's just a fun, joyous song that you can just vibe to. I don't know. And of course you have, you know, Del the Funky Homo Sapien on this song as well, like he was on Clint Eastwood. And of course in the music video for Rock the House, you have Del the Ghost Rapper, you know, rapping, of course. So Rock the House is definitely going at, you know, these are pretty good. The next song that we have here is 19-2000, which is the 11th song of their self-titled album. 19-2000 is also one of the most known Gorillaz songs as well. Not like despite it not being as popular as some other songs like Feel Good Inc. or Clint Eastwood, it's also one of their most well-known songs in terms of the beat. It's been used in a lot of memes, it's been used in a lot of stuff. The 19-2000 has a joyous vibe to it, and I don't think it really has a deep meaning to it, but it definitely is one of the more happier sounding songs, you know, of the album, alongside Rock the House and Rehash and all that stuff. But it's not one of my favorites though, so it's gonna go at these are pretty good. The next song that we have here is Latin Simone, the Spanish version of the song. Now, for anyone who does not know, there exist two versions of Latin Simone. Latin Simone, both English and Spanish, they both have a not slightly, but they have a deep meaning behind it. The Spanish version is of, you know, the singer, which is Ibrahim Ferrer, if I'm even saying his last name right. May he rest in peace. And it's supposed to be, you know, the singer, you know, telling his, you know, chronically depressed friend, you know, don't do any of this stuff to yourself. But the English version is of 2D pretty much saying, you know, singing of things that makes him want to kill himself. It's probably one of the most depressing songs, but it's nonetheless one of my all-time favorites, if not my all-time favorite. But the Spanish version is gonna go at these are pretty good. The next song that we have here is Starshine, which is their 13th song of their self-titled album. Now, Starshine is also one of my all-time favorite Gorillaz songs. Now, I actually have a deep meaning or a slightly deep connection with this song, because here's a little story of mine, but sometime back in early May of this year, I listened to the song on Wednesday night, on one of the Wednesdays of, like, you know, the very beginning of the month, and I was feeling extremely empty-minded and felt very lonely. I played this song, and I actually saw somewhere where someone said that this sounds like a song that you will be singing or listening to, or that will be playing when someone is in the middle of the desert at night, all alone, and literally they have absolutely no idea where to go. Now, that has not been more evident or there has never been any truer words spoken from that. And like, the bass in this song is insane. I love the bass in this song. If I'm correct, that's bass. I don't think it's just, you know, guitar. I think that's just bass. But Starshine is definitely one of my all-time favorites, and that's definitely going up here. The next song that we have here is Slow Country, which is the 14th song of their self-titled album. Now, Slow Country has that reggae, you know, Jamaican song sort of vibe to it, because, I mean, you know, the song was recorded in Jamaica, so it, you know, and of course, you know, the album, of course, takes, you know, heavy influences from, you know, reggae, R&B, which is, I mean, hence the name Slow Country. But Slow Country is a very good song. I keep hitting this tripod, damn it. But Slow Country is definitely a very good song on the album, but it's not one of my favorites. Wait. Yes, it is. It's one of my favorites. But Slow Country is definitely one of my favorites on the album. So yeah, and like, it just has that, you know, I don't know, it has a loner vibe. A lot of songs on their self-titled album have a loner vibe to it. So this is definitely going up into one of my favorites. And the last song that we have here is M1A1, which is probably, if we're going by any of these songs right here, and not counting, you know, because I do have Gorillaz Self-Titled Album on CD, and of course, you know, with, you know, it being released on CD, they have a few different, you know, they have a few other songs like Dracula, you know, Ed Case's Clint Eastwood, or his Ed Case's refix of Clint Eastwood, and Left Hand Suzuki Method. But if we're not counting any of those songs, M1A1 is probably my least favorite song on their self-titled album. This is also the 15th song of their self-titled album. So with that, this is the only song that's going to go into these songs suck section. So that pretty much does it for this tier list. Now, I'm definitely going to be doing more of these, hopefully tomorrow, but tonight, this is going to be the only one I'm doing. And I guess it's a good way to get back to making, some sort of videos or anything like that, because I'm actually going to be really enjoying these, and I really want to know what other people's opinions on my tier list are going to be, because I know there are going to be many people who are either going to hate my tier list, slightly agree with it, or hell, they may even agree with it, but I know a lot of people are not going to agree with this tier list, because there's a lot of songs that I love on this album that many people will just be like, wait, what? but honestly don't care. That's my opinion. So there is my Gorillaz Self-Titled Album tier list. It was, you know, of course this was, you know, pretty short and sweet to the point, so this shouldn't really be hard to edit at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. So hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.